Right, guys. So, as we've finished our kind of detox kickstart to the new year, stroke resolutions. So, I want to get back on track with the regular messages. For more kind of medium and long term success, rather than just a quick fix kind of kickstart. Well, not a quick fix, but something to get you going in the new year. But want to get back to kind of developing the understanding of the important concepts that you need to know about. So this week, I'm just going to recap on kind of the first 4 or 5 weeks that we covered before we went into the new year. So today, I'm going to just focus on what we covered in week one. So the first thing that we covered was our 10 nutrition fundamentals. I'm going to attach that for you as well. And so these new 10 nutrition fundamentals really should apply regardless of anything else you're doing, and whether you're trying to lose weight, gain weight, whether you're maintaining, whether you're on a good plan or you're not on a good plan. These fundamentals apply. These fundamentals are just about how you should nourish your body and what your body needs. And if you give your body what it needs, you're going to find it much easier to not want to put in anything else. And that's really where this works. Regardless of what your mindset is about, where your goals are at the moment, the nutrition fundamentals are about give your body the things that it needs so that it doesn't make you want to keep putting more and more and more in. Okay. And you're less inclined to put in things that it doesn't need. So that's what it's all about. The main things of the nutrition fundamentals are protein every meal to keep you satisfied, vegetables every meal to keep you full, give you the fiber, keep you satisfied. And if it's not vegetables, then it's some fruits, because that also gives you the vitamins and minerals and antioxidants that you need. Good fats every meal, water intake, um, plan your meals, don't have too many calorie containing drinks. Eat when you're hungry, but stop when you're 80% full. These are the main principles of our nutrition fundamentals, guys, and they apply. Doesn't matter whether you're doing high carb, low carb, whatever. Oh, yeah, the other one, earn your carbs. Understand that your carbohydrate intake, regardless of whether you need more or less than someone else, is based around your activity levels. And if you're less active, you need less carbohydrates. That's just a fact of life. So these are the key foundations, guys. So I want you to revisit those first off. Okay. We also talked week one, which ties in with the nutrition fundamentals, with blood sugar control, and how controlling your blood sugar primarily through focusing on foods that are higher in protein, fiber, and water rather than those that are higher in carbohydrates, and making sure that your carbohydrate intake is based upon your activity levels. More after workouts, for example, is where you might have more carbohydrates. But we talked about if you are having starches, sweet potatoes and rice would be better than pasta and breads. These are the things we talked about to get blood sugar control, which means you're going to have less cravings, less hunger. Okay. We also used the hunger scale. So just a reminder of the hunger scale, which was, really think about, am I hungry right now? And how hungry am I? And before you eat, make sure that you're at least a 5, 6, or 7, ideally probably a 6 or 7 on the hunger scale. Not like if I'm only 2 or 3 out of 10 hungry, I'm not going to eat just yet. I'm going to wait till I get to a 6 or 7, but don't let it get to an 8 or 9, which is when you're going to make some bad choices. And then when you are eating, when you get to okay, I'm 80% full, okay, that's when you would then stop eating. Okay, so those things apply using the hunger scale. We also talked about the benefits of strength training and how using your muscle, lifting some weights, doesn't matter if it's heavy weights or light weights, just, it could be light weights and lots of reps, or heavy weight and not many reps, doesn't matter. For most of us, the benefits are going to be generally the same, which is to stimulate your muscle mass. And I shared with you how Tufts University in America did a study where they found that the muscle mass and muscle strength were the two most important measures of how healthy people age. So for your longevity, and we're talking about healthy years, not just more years, so more healthy years to your life, developing more strength and muscle mass is the best thing that you could do. Okay, it has a positive influence over all the other things like your blood pressure, like your cholesterol, like your blood sugar levels, bone density. So strength training is like the most important thing you could do if you want to add more healthy years to your life, okay? Because of the way it stimulates muscle. We also talked about, though, when you stimulate your muscle, how your metabolism is elevated in two ways. Number one, on a short-term basis, from the fact that your muscle needs to recover from the workout, so it's going to consume energy in that recovery process. And then the other way is obviously when you actually build more muscle, or at least you make the muscle that you have active, you use the muscle that's on your body, it's burning more calories anyway. Okay, so your muscle becomes more what we call metabolically active. So a pound of active muscle burns 35 to 50 calories extra. Okay, um, so that's the key thing. Totally lost my train of thought there. Apologies for that mind blank. I'm just remembering what. Okay, yeah. So the final thing we talked about was your appetite hormones, leptin and ghrelin in particular, and how when you eat more protein-based foods, it will improve the leptin level, and which basically means that you are less hungry. And when we don't get enough protein, that has an adverse effect on the ghrelin level, which unfortunately makes us more hungry. But we also talked about how things like sleep has a really important influence on these hunger hormones, how stopping eating later on in the day, which has led to on the detox. We talked about the intermittent fasting, which I didn't cover in week one, but you probably know a bit more about this now anyway. How stop eating earlier on in the evening and going to bed on more of an empty stomach will have a positive impact on your hunger and your appetite hormones. Okay, so that was a quick potted history of week one, just to recap for you. And then tomorrow I will go through the things we discussed on week two.